Alright, for today's video, we're gonna do a bunch of nothing. If you're wondering about the build, video guide in the description, it will have timestamp. If for some reason you're not on the timestamp, just skip to the chapter that says Wisp Sock Mode build and just play that. Anyways, what fishers do we have for defense? A lot suddenly. Am I really gonna showcase level 8 to 10 mission? Okay, it would low-key be good to explain like the range stuff, but then I will obviously go to a harder mission. I can't just do a level 8 to 10 mission. Like, this is not real. Anyways, does this work on any defense fisher you might have? Any and every. So no speed mode needed. I'm gonna take off my headset. Hit 4. Alright, see you in 2 minutes. Alright. I threw some trash out. How we looking? Not so bad. Almost at third wave. Let me oh, there we go. Now we're at third wave. Take the reactant. Press 4 again. Alright, and we just pick up the other 2 reactant once they appear. There's one. There's the other. Alright. Oh, look at that. Instantly happened, by the way. So, what happens now? Basically, first ability, 70 meters of range without LOS checks. 70 meter of zap radius without LOS checks. One taps the entire map very easily. Doesn't really care about anything. You literally have like the most free mission ever. And the double strength also gives it double the base damage that also scales with your roar. And if you have a mission that is not really Fisher and you know this buff could have lasted a more time, I could have recasted a better roar for better damage, but doesn't really matter. Let's go for 3 more waves. Low-key wait. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Anyway, we're right back again. Alright, how are we doing? Brought some cold water. Oh shit. Wait, we're at the last wave already. Yeah. I think it went a bit too fast. Yeah, it might have killed a bit too fast this time. lowkey, can I delay it? There is a nullifier. I don't know if I can delay it. There goes the nullifier. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it. Unfortunate. Well, it's okay. I guess it showcases how how strong this can be without you doing anything really, but interesting. So why would you do this? Why would you play this build? And why would you want to do base star chart instead of steel path? Well, for farming prime parts on defense missions, this build, especially depending on your defense mission, is super efficient. Like, incredibly efficient. You can crack open a prime part within like 1 to 2 minutes, depending on what type of mission you are and how big the tileset is. And then the moment you get the double strength, the double range, you know, you get the extra bullshit AoE that stacks from mecha set and all that, and this does everything for you. And then you simply pick any defense mission, do it on public squad, and just sit there. And that's it. You don't really have to do anything. You just need to literally watch something on second monitor, tab back in, go ahead, pick up all your reactants, whatever, get out of the mission, pick your rewards, 3 platinum. Now, what if we change to steel path? Do we have anything interesting? We don't have a defense mission on steel path. That's actually kind of unfortunate. We could go Ani in the void. I think that's good enough. Ideally, you kind of... See, the thing is, ideally you want a public squad. So I could do 2 things. I could go on Elara and one-shot the tileset on my own. Or I could go to Ani in the void, hope for a squad, and then just one-shot everything on Ani on the void. Ideally, you obviously want to have some squad that does a Fisher mission. Because Fisher mission just makes you a lot more powerful than you actually are. Because of the double strength and range buff. So we can use this build efficiently. There we go. So, I'm gonna put the fire rate buff here, because obviously my team might need it. So, you know, whatever. We can low-key just sit here. I think that should be fine. Now, one thing I gotta explain here is that I'm gonna press tab, I'm gonna say our damages. You should not expect to get top damage as this build. As whoever has the flower, they also get the damage proc, and you get more damage procs from your allies. So if I go see an enemy, they can have a lot more electricity procs than normal, depending on what mission you have. Because for example, I have Titania. Titania's Razor Flies will inherit the Shock Mode Flowers. All of our pets inherit Shock Mode Flowers. All of our players inherit those Shock Mode Flowers. So, overall, you know, all of them do a lot of damage. So if I press tab right now, see 3 kills on me, 30, 12, and 12. Ideally, you know, I shouldn't really have to do anything, because obviously, I mean, we have this guy, Boltor, Sestra, Broken War. I don't think he should be able to kill a lot, but he's killing. In general, the build, every kill, all the damage done, everything, you don't actually get the credit for. Your whole team gets the credit depending on whose shock mode is doing the killing and whose shock mode is like doing stuff. So I could be doing like 100% of the damage one time, maybe through contagious mode. Other times I might be doing like nothing. But in general, like see now I'm 63% damage dealt through contagious mode and just doing nothing. I haven't shot my gun yet, but yeah. This is kind of how it works. You don't really need to do anything. This guy is not doing anything either. And it's a Noko, he's just pressing buttons. So yeah. Overall, as long as you're in a squad, any squad, doesn't matter. There. And if you go for a defense mission, especially a Fisher. You get the 70-meter range instead of the 35, which again, no line of sight checks, and you just bounce on mushrooms. Yo, this Noko is goated, not gonna lie. Yo, X_Q20 dash. Interesting name, but you're goated. Thank you for the mushroom, bro. But yeah, if you do this build solo, you come to this mission, you're gonna fail it, 100%. You need other people to be present. They don't need to actually do anything, they just need to exist so you have more people having the shock mode on them, which produces more electricity procs and provides more damage to the team. That's literally all you need. And there we go. And as you see, I got my rewards normally. We're chilling. What else can we do? Is there any Belly of the Beast stuff? Sabotage, Interception. Interception is a pretty decent idea, honestly. Wisp build, like this specific one, does help a lot with Interception, and those Interception missions are quite difficult. So, we could do that. Especially considering any Steel Path defense mission that I would want to showcase doesn't exist right now, sadly. What the hell? They forgot to fix Syndicate missions. Have they forgotten to fix the Sortie as well? No, Sortie is fixed. Syndicate's missions are still fucked. Nice. Lovely. Alright, do we have any other defense mission here maybe? Interception, Disruption, Survival. If I go to this Survival, I can literally win it by doing nothing. We could showcase that too. Let's do Belly of the Beast first. See what we get. But yeah, literally very low effort. As you can see, the build still works just fine. No issues whatsoever. I have a Siren and a Korra. I didn't want to see that. He has the Nautilus too? Oh no, he has Helios. What? Okay, cool. Anyways. No big deal. Somebody else has a Nautilus. So, plan is, again, no electricity flowers because we need 3 sets of flowers on flags, and we'll choose these 3. This last one down here should be very, very easy to defend, the A flag. And yeah, we can just chill. Especially when Roar happens, this is gonna get 1,000 times better, but already, because we have Korra providing 2 pets to get shock mode in, really, really good. And obviously, if you proc Afflictions with Hates, you can get some crazy damage onto it, so if you actually do play the game like this, you can, yeah, you can do that. Now we have every flag captured. I can go ahead and sit on some flag. I can see this hate doesn't really do damage aside from broken afflictions, but when it does, pretty good, dude. So, yeah. Also have Siren Sobek. Whatever. I'll sit on this flag, just provide Roar whenever, and we can just do it. This one mission has a lot more XMI, so we probably will need to play a bit more. But my Wukong doesn't really have weapons. He brought these just to level them up, which is kind of funny because he leveled them instantly, like not even a wave in. Oh. Hey, Twin. Right, Celestial Twin also has the buff. We have so many ways to proc shock mode at the moment, it's kinda crazy. So yeah, very chill. No need to really do much, but I have MR15 Soulbreak Siren, so she's kind of stealing the soul, sadly. Or she should be, but she's not. Alright. Mega set Contagious Prompt, so we're good. And yeah, the more you play, the more powerful it gets, obviously, but you don't actually need to do a lot of stuff. The build kind of plays on its own. Oh, it's Summoner's Wrath Korra. Wait, is he playing Buffer Korra? Misreal, my goat. Buffer Korra build, very fun. Oh yeah, also don't expect me to do damage to the Acolyte. I don't do anything to him. Like, literally nothing. I can play like a Stalker if I want to do something to him, but usually I have a preset on this build with just hate so I can get more corruption buffs onto the Wisp instead of like everyone else. But yeah, pretty good build for farming prime parts and all that. Does really decent damage even on Still Path and level like 200 to 300. With coordinated team, you can reach the damage to do level cap. Things like Gyre and Nova, Nidus, Titania, Necros, you know, a lot of other Warframes that provide either crazy damage to the shock mode or really good scaling by adding more companions in that can extend and get more buffs out of it. All these stuffs can be really nice and beneficial. So they can help a lot by extending the damage of the buff. But yeah, onto these guys, it's kind of GG if I don't get a proc for Contagious one. Or something like that. That's better. So 253 million damage from the shock mode right there. Which, by the way, yes, that's the shock mode. Hate doesn't really do much damage. Oh, they took this. Whoops. You can't be serious. Oh damn. So I guess he started on Citrin's update and then just... Yeah. Yeah. 33% is kind of crazy. Yeah, no Magistar though. No Magistar yet. When they figure that out, they're on the way to becoming greatness. The slope greatness. Great stuff so far by my team, not gonna lie. Where's the console here? Lord, you kinda wanna protect it. There we go. Perfect. Somehow the only flag that was lost was the one that Siren went to. Crazy. Oh, speaking of. My Siren, me. Oh, Contagious one. Like I said, it's still going. Yep. Incredible. Yeah, interception missions on Stillpath are really difficult. This is one of the hardest ones in the entire game, by the way, in case you're curious. Well, I hope you're enjoying this video where I do a whole bunch of nothing, by the way. Hope it's pleasing. I'm doing some stuff in this mission at least. I'm not doing absolutely nothing. I'm doing like hundreds of millions of damage. I'm quite curious on why I'm only 8% damage still, considering I have dealt like almost 3 damage cups. Like, I've seen 300 million, 100 million, bunch of contagious bone rocks. Surely I have dealt some damage cup there. Not gonna lie. Burning Hate, my beloved. If you guys don't have Burning Hate, it's available on Belly of the Beast event right now. You guys should definitely get it, which is a big factor to why the setup can work and why you can actually do this type of damages onto these enemies. Afflictions plus Burning Hate, plus a lot of priming coming from the moat. Then roar, you know, all that cool stuff. You get a lot of damage in, I'm gonna lie. Pretty interesting. Burning Hate can also be used on any other type of DOT ability based build. Like if you're playing someone like Protea with her turrets, you can also use Burning Hate there. And on Protea's turrets, if you start with Burning Hate, you can also hit inherits through Burning Hate and then put Protea's turrets, which will do something. But on that case, you could probably also do hit inherit from a secondary weapon like Koda Pox, and then turrets, and then I don't even know what that would look like. I don't even want to know what that would look like, low-key. That sounds disgusting. Oh, we got Casta defense. That's really good. But I did say I want to do this solo, so let's go ahead and do that. So because it's Corpus, you will have a really easy time just doing absolutely nothing here, and especially if you have something like the Ancient Protector Spectre, this guy can help you stay alive in case things would go kinda eh. And I think he is very useful once you reach, I think, level like, what? Let's say 60, 70? Level 60, 70, you probably need him unless you have teammates. If you have teammates, you can just literally sit back and do nothing, which is really great. Simply pick a good dead end. Oh, this one's perfect. 1, 2, and then stay here. Alright, be right back. Oh, wait. I forgot. Be right back. How we doing? Not too shabby. 41 kills. I mean, yeah, this is like non-still path, obviously. How's our life support? 80%? Yeah, I'll take those. Back on my spot. I'm low-key trying to figure out what I want to make today so we can eat. I don't know what I will make today. I'm thinking like broccoli or something. Maybe broccoli, either broccoli or some red salsa spaghetti. I'm thinking of making broccoli. I miss broccoli. I haven't eaten broccoli in a while. Yeah, be right back again. I'll check what I need. Wait. Let me. I saw my roll running out. Here we go. Wow, that was beautiful. Okay, be right back. Alright, I figured out what I need. Oh shit! Wait, jump real quick. We don't wanna die. What happened? Where my dog at? Oh, my dog died. Ah, shit. Yo, that shouldn't happen, man. Why are you dead? Get up. Start killing people. Why are you dead? There you go. Go attack this guy. Oh, my life support. How long is he dead? Probably pretty long. I didn't get double string. It's okay. No need. So dumb. Come on, Dogo, we're better than this. Look at that damage cut. Beautiful. Anyways. So I ended up picking broccoli. I think I'll make broccoli today. I don't know, I miss it, man. I really like broccoli too. I like vegetables in general. You guys fuck with broccoli? It's probably my favorite side dish when it comes to eating steak, not gonna lie. Really like it. Although I don't know if I will make it with steak today. I'll probably make some kind of other meat. We'll see. Oh, that's another damage cap. Oh, I love it. Such a goofy build. Anyways. I'm pushing contagious one on the turret permanently. What is it doing? What is it? Genuinely, what is it doing? Is it still going? No, it's not. Okay. What the hell was that? Okay. Hey, treasure. I'll skedaddle real quick. God damn it. That was a Varuna relic right there and I got nothing. That's unfortunate. You're good, treasure. I don't need to kill you. I have like 90 keys. I can't believe the dog died. You suck, bro. 1600 health, mecha set. All this for what? Genuinely. Like, you are the one kinda carrying this build, low-key. Because I need mecha set. You cannot proc mecha set if you're not alive. That guy. Alright. Let's go to Casta for the last one. Why not? What did we do on Casta? We opened relics, obviously. Public SWAT. Oh yeah, one thing I can mention is that, obviously, if you have this thing will help the damage of your doggo a lot if you are not playing a Void Fisher. If you are playing a Void Fisher, I would suggest not picking anything except the hate. But, you know, you can still pick it. I just prefer that I get the double strength buff as early as possible. So I get as much uptime and as fast mission as I can. Holy shit, I have a lot of radiance. Okay. Hey, free private parts. Why not? So yeah, why would you play this build? Again, you just get prime parts really quickly, effortlessly, and you farm platinum without really giving a care in the world. Probably one of my favorite builds, and if somebody wants to literally dedicate a wisp to this build, then you should, absolutely. Really strong. This is an interesting mission. What is happening? Oh, I have a guard. Oh, I have a Gara, and yeah, she's doing the funny. I see. Alright, well, I'm very happy with this information. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, you guys take that. Wait for second prop. No pizza. Thank you. Alright. Put another set here. And then, where do we put a third set? Lowkey Casta is so small that I can bypass putting a third set somewhere. Like, look how big this flower is, bro. Holy shit. That wave went by so quick. Oh my god. What is this? Okay, well, I mean, I'll put one in between the two, I guess. Like here. There. We can now sit here and do nothing. Oh, this is great. Alright. Time to farm primes. Hope you guys do enjoy this. I'm probably gonna not edit this a lot. I don't know if I'll even add music a lot, so I'm very much apologizing about that, Loki. Hopefully you have some good music yourself. No, don't leave me, guys. Nah. You cannot be serious. What? Am I bugged? Oh wait, no, bro, no. I hate host migration. I hate host migration. Look what it did to me, by the way. Rip my flowers, all of the flowers gone. My double strength is gone. This game sucks. This game fucking sucks. Come on, what the hell? I don't keep my flowers, I don't keep my double strength, and I just lose all my teammates. Thank you, game. Amazing. That's wild, actually. Holy shit. Also, why didn't these guys keep going? Who goes on a defense mission for Meso Relics and stays for one wave? What the fuck? Legit crazy. Anyways, go Dogo. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, like nothing's even happened. Like nothing's even happened. All Moog knows how to do is complain. Oh, this game is just such a roller coaster. I hate it and love it at the same time. Oh, a nullifier. Yo, can you go take care of that? Hey, can you go take care of that? Hello? Go attack this guy. Go kill. Go kill. Go kill someone. This guy, I don't know. Oh, he's going. Oh, there we go. Alright, kill the other guy now. Kill the other guy. Go. Go kill the other guy. There you go. Good doggy. Oh my god. Alright, well. That was some funny little doggo interaction. I swear, you can't count on these things. Thank god Mecha said. Is the wave already over? Shut up. The wave's already over. The only reason why it lasted even a tiny bit longer was because of the Fisher. That's kind of crazy. Alright, sure? Why not? I'm telling you guys, this build's goated. You should try it. Alright, but I'm gonna redo the mission and try to get an actual spot. This is not real. We cannot do this. Like, come on. You cannot, like, let me just go into on a squad, and then you just don't. You just leave. You just let me in the mud completely. Everybody fucking left. Like, that's unreal. There is a Meso Exterminate too. Why would you do this if you want to open one relic? There is no way. There is a Meso Exterminate. What the hell, man? Alright, anyway. We have a Mirage now. Great. Ah, shit. Well, wrong buff was put, but I don't think it matters too much. I'll just put them back in anyway when I get double strength. Yeah. How about getting double strength on like the first wave? Thoughts? Okay, second wave. Second wave is fine too. How about double strength? How about double strength? This is also the build that every time I see an invigoration, an override invigoration for ability range, I just use this. Because, you know, obviously. I think Mirage Bull Stage has that one build. Okay, we didn't get double strength. It's okay. We can just chill here. I think Mirage will outkill me and outpace my damage, obviously. It's a explosive ledger domain build on a tile set that's fairly small and low level, so you know, she can just do that, but I can probably help her quite a bit to start the chain, which is really cool, not gonna lie. So if I get double strength, then I start the chain, Mirage presses 2, and then enemies literally spawn on top of her too, and the chain can begin. And then it's all over. This is a pretty good squad though. I feel like we can get some stuff. Also, yeah, I sold my Orthos Prime Blade collection to Borrowed Ethereum in case you're like a follower of this channel and know that I had that for something. It is what it is. There we go. See, that's a better squad. So sad that I didn't actually get like the extra stuff, the extra range immediately, but I only have my weapon and wisp, so it shouldn't be too long. Like either this or the next wave. I wish I could put something to watch for you guys, like I'm in the Twitch stream, but YouTube won't allow that, so you know. Sometimes I do this build with my viewers on Twitch, just farming crime parts and whatnot. It's pretty decent. Hopefully my Mirage doesn't press too, because we're already killing way too quickly. Oh, never mind. We're good, we're good. She didn't press too. We're good, we're good. 2 more reactants. Come on, game. Double strength range, double strength range. You got it. Give me the funny. Give me the funny. Okay. Please? You bastard. I even said please. Man. Yo, wait, we have pros. Our overguard's going crazy. Alright, so let's say you're in this squad and you're genuinely on Stillpath with this Mirage Wisp setup. Can you not just one-shot Stillpath for like 500 levels with this setup? Like straight up. If both the Wisp and the Mirage are good, I can't see a world where you can't actually do that. I also have an Econet, like, you don't need specific frames, you just need to play. Sort of. I'm not really playing, but I'm playing, I guess, I don't know. Well, no golds yet. Alright, how long do we think we should go for here? 3 golds? I think 3 golds is a good bet. Garuda part is nice. Getting DMs. Oh my god. Friend DM'd me. Trying out the Varuna setup that I want to make a video about. We might see it very soon. Alright, me and Saint, we got it. We got this shit. Never mind, wait. Saint is an Equinox with Santi Magister. Did I not change from Azure servers? I thought I went back to NA. Their disease is spreading. There we go! See, I told you. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Alright, well, it's over. You guys just kind of chill here. Yeah, you got it. Don't even worry about it. Gonna get a proc for energy conversion. Any energy? There we go. 262% work. Alright. Not bad. Well, now we can truly, like... Yeah, you know what? Be right back. Let me clean my room real quick. Let me clean my bed while the mission's playing. I'll come back to pick up my reward. And we're good. See, you might consider this not playing, but truly, I'm doing the most. Need to do that. Am I not low-key carrying this by doing this? Right. It's in order to play. Let me just do this. Pick the relic real quick. Thank you, Taberu. Very kind of you, bro. Look at this. This is what I was expecting from the first squad. There we go. Steltra, Alternox. Akari's Prime. Here. Go ahead. Alright, perfect. Let me press the magic button. Waves in 3, 2, 1. Making of it. This is low-key the best video I've ever created. I hope you guys are genuinely interested. It's like, holy shit. You know that video, by the way, the short video about this build has crossed 1 million views? That's crazy. I would never imagine anything of mine to cross 1 million views ever. We're wave 10 already. Move in a bit. Like the reactions. We just finish this bed. Hopefully it doesn't happen too quick. Oh, wave cleared. Right. Bed is done. Let me go ahead. Are we even at 10 yet? I don't think we are at 10. Wait. Oh, shit. What the hell? Oh, the thing you moved. Ah. I see. Well, the flowers can... Oh, it's moving again. Alright, well. Waypoint is rolling. But, you know, the flowers from here have more than enough range to catch it, as you can see. So I don't need to actually replace them. Which is why I placed them there. And that kind of shows how much I've played with this fucking build. Oh, hello, Mirage. Wait, oh no, that's the Equinox. The Equinox also has double strength. Pretty sure they're confused on why everyone is dying, but I don't know, maybe they've seen it. Has anyone said something? No. Some people do recognize me in this game. It's always such a great experience, not gonna lie. I think a lot of people, when they're watching a YouTube video, because that would always happen to me, they forget that there is an actual person behind, like, the channel. Because usually, right, when you're, like, ordering something from a store, or someone is advertising something to you, you don't think about the person that's advertising something to be the one that's actually, like, there, to be the one responsible. But you know, you don't think, you think it as a company, you don't think it as an actual person. Like, sure, if something goes wrong, you obviously won't blame the person that made the order for you or the person that advertised it. You blame the company because that's what the company wanted to advertise, right? So it is what it is. However, in this case, you can blame the person, if anything, because I am the one doing the YouTubing and I'm the one behind everything. But that also means that, you know, your guys are speaking to an actual human being that can listen to you, listen to feedback, and talk and communicate with you. And you know, I know when to listen to feedback and when to not listen to feedback. Sometimes, and you learn this eventually if you play this game a lot of feedback from the Warframe community has been bad for this game in general. And it has done some irreversible damage to the game, sadly, at this point. And sometimes I wish they listened to some other feedback that they get, some less popular feedback. Not because they're like, that would like scare them or whatever, because you know, it's really scary going for an unpopular thing. And most of the time people are like, oh, this is not gonna go well, it's gonna kill the game or whatever, yada yada yada. But as a game developer, you should know what type of feedback to listen to, you know? You should know what's gonna be good for the game and what's not gonna be good, healthy for the game. But they're a bit too much community driven at this point, and we're at a point where, I mean, look at me, I'm using an ability with 10 base damage doing this. I get it, it's like non-steal path, but I've literally showcased 3 damage caps in 3 different missions. So yeah, it's it doesn't really matter. If we're being real, we are just too strong in general. And I've talked about this before, but I would like to see either our damage getting nerfed by a lot through nerfs of arcanes or modes or some game mechanics that are simply unfair, like mechanics that make you immortal permanently, where there are some Warframes that fall into category, namely Revenant, Nyx, maybe Wukong to a specific degree, but not as much. I don't really care that much about the automation part of the game, or things that, oh, people go AFK or whatever, and I hate people that go AFK, because kinda guilty. Like, I mean, you're looking at this gameplay, right? I am kinda guilty of that. I'm making it work, because I'm actually contributing to the team. I have the second most kills in this game without doing much, but at the same time, you would probably, you know, want someone to not be able to do this, and I completely understand that. My biggest problem, though, is the fact that no matter how much modifiers DE adds to an enemy or how difficult they try to make the game will never be difficult enough to give you satisfaction or something to chase to, you know? So how do I explain this? In this game, and my videos in general, are centered around becoming stronger. A lot of people want to become stronger in this game, and it makes sense. Being strong in an RPG game is something you want. It's something that you want in any RPG game. You've played Diablo, you've played Terra, Final Fantasy XIV, you've played any RPG game ever, you want your character to be strong. It makes sense. You want to find strong stuff and use them. And sometimes when the game is really vast, like Warframe, the strong stuff are kind of hidden, and you need to find them by following guides or something like that, because the game doesn't just outright show you, yo, this is a good thing, or, you know, yo, you should probably get this. Like, Even if, imagine if a new player doesn't know what incarnates are, and he sees like incarnate adapters for on Duviri that upgrades like a shit gun, and they're like, wait, this like upgrades the Braddon, but the Braddon was like shit or something. I don't really care. Like, or you know, this upgrades the Torrid. Like seriously, what's the Torrid gonna do, bro? Like the Torrid just it just shoots a little goo and that's it. Like there is no way me upgrading that thing would make it better. So if someone doesn't actually look for those stuff in either the wiki or through YouTube videos or through other people telling them, they're never really gonna know that these things are really, really good. So that's one thing, right? That's why my content kinda works, because I feel like a lot of people are not here for me necessarily, but for my knowledge and to learn how to get stronger in the game, which is completely fair. But this also means that if I ever wanted to branch out, do other stuff, I would probably lose a lot of viewerships because of that reason. And I don't really mind that too much. I'm fine starting from scratch kinda for some other games because I have knowledge on how to do stuff now. But the more important thing, in my opinion, is that at some point, at some point, you kinda lose the interest of becoming stronger because it's pointless. And it's pointless in a way that, I mean, like, okay, so I can pick this, and this very, very early into the game, mode like this, with this arcane that is now suddenly really, really accessible, and just go. And suddenly I can make it to level cap very, very easily. There is nothing wrong with that inherently, but it's not one setup that can do this, which is the big issue for me. You have a lot of setups that can genuinely do this with minimal effort, and that is the big, big problem. Sure, you can probably have something be meta, and that, you know, you can just kind of try to balance the game and make that meta a bit weaker to bring other stuff to be more viable, without completely ruining the meta, mind you. You can probably nerf a lot of the meta guns or a lot of the most overpowered weapons right now, and they would still be extremely powerful. Nerfing the arcanes or something like that, like if we nerf melee afflictions, melee influence, if we nerf arcane circumvent, a lot of these overpowered arcanes that are really, really strong on their own, we kind of fix that issue. But at the same time, at the moment, we have so many ways of reaching the absolute most difficult things in the game that it simply doesn't make sense and it doesn't drive you to try and become stronger. Like, if I am playing, and this is something that I've noticed from a lot of people that I've introduced into the game, and that they have quit the game because of it, it's simply like, okay, I've made it to level cap, it was fun, it took a while, but I didn't really feel that threatened, and I'm not even at my top right now. Like, I haven't maxed out some of the modes, I haven't maxed out some of the arcanes. I can get this weapon, which is better. I can get this arcane, which is better. I can do this, I can do that. There are so many other things to try. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because you don't actually get satisfaction from doing level cap, simply because level cap is at the moment way too easy with the stuff that the game provides you with. If the game didn't provide you with things that are this strong or things that are this overpowered, then trying to optimize something to go to level cap would give you the satisfaction of actually optimizing it. Right now, you try to optimize and just to theory craft and just to do all these things, even though you don't really need to. You don't actually achieve a goal behind all these things. Unless, like, the only thing you kind of want to do by optimizing all your frames and all your weapons is to have loadouts on Elite Deep and Elite Temporal Archimedia. But even those, like, at some point, you don't really care about it too much, you know? You're kinda on the verge of just saying, oh, I have everything maxed out now, and I can probably do a level cap with everything, so what's there for me to do anymore, you know? And then people just quit because they get bored of that. I think that's one of the main issues that Warframe needs to fix, in my opinion. Not to satisfy me or the veterans, even though it would, obviously. Having some more difficult game modes that are optional is really nice. And game modes that actually mean something when you do them, and you don't just do them to get an accolade or something like that. Because I know a lot of people who say, oh, but we have all the hard bosses. Yeah, sure. The hard bosses are hard with specific warframes, but we've gone to a point where even taking limbo and barely using any abilities is enough for us to beat them. So they don't actually pose that much of a threat anymore. But, if I'm being so for real, it's more of an issue that if you do those hard mode bosses, you don't actually get anything too crazy as a reward. Like, you get some dolly, something for your landicraft, something to, like, quote-unquote flex. Ah, I did this solo with Limbo or with Mag or with whoever, you know? But in general, that's it. It's just a cosmetic. You don't actually have anything rewarding to work towards. Like, to bring an example, I think the best mission for me at the moment, my favorite one to do, is Kuva Disruption. Kuva Disruption has one of the hardest demolishers in the entire game, as in the Kuva Guardian, who you have to fight him in a very different way because he's immortal, and you have to use your operator more to take his immortality out, then shoot him on a specific weak spot that is more inclined to his back than the front of him, because if you try to hit his head from the front, you don't actually hit him that much. And then every demo drops you some Kuva. Every time you go through a rotation, you get some Kuva. And every time you open a relic, you also get some Kuva, which is all very, very nice. So at the end of the day, it's a really good mission for Kuva farming, which is one of the best and most profitable things to do in this game, since, you know, you simply get a Riven that is really, really good, you re-roll it into something even better, and then you sell it, or you use it, depending on what you want to do. It's also my main resource of farming Kuva. A lot of people use arbitrations, but I think with Side Solbeck right now being the meta, arbitrations are kind of eh. It's just, I used to do both support on Wisp and then DPS on Siren or Mirage for arbitrations, and I simply cannot do that anymore, which is kind of sad. Because Side Solbeck is just the meta, and because of that, a lot more missions have become really, really good to go with. That's a really interesting job. But yeah, what I want to say is genuinely, like, if we had some more difficult endgame stuff, I think fighting through the endgame and playing the endgame would be a lot more fun, and the game would feel a lot more rewarding when your build actually works. Because when your build actually works now, it's not that different than all of the other builds that you've ever done, you know? That's my main issue. And I've said this as someone who has played the game for quite a while and has maxed out pretty much every Warframe except Wukong. I can play and go to level cap with any Warframe, even Banshee. I've actually done Banshee not even that long ago, I think a year and a half ago, when the game was more difficult because of you know, disruption missions not having the damage attenuation removed. And I was able to find some really interesting combination with the Slive Opaphyla and Banshee, so I could go ahead and do that. Now, does that mean that Banshee is like a really good Warframe or in a really good state at the moment, that she's able to do level cap like that and not really die? Because I didn't get downed once, and it wasn't due to my teammates, it was because of my build providing me a ton of survivability because of the interaction, right? It's more like the game just doesn't punish me enough for doing what I was doing. I had basically infinite survivability by abusing some mechanics that are very, very simple. Shield gating, rolling guard, Slive Opaphyla, shield rechargements. It wasn't even that crazy of a setup. And it worked so well that it took me to level cap and I didn't even have to do anything too crazy. Just alter my playstyle to have a bullet jump like 3 seconds after my rolling guard, or to roll 2 seconds after my bullet jumps. Which is something I got used to pretty quick. And that makes that build, and in general makes Banshee one of the strongest team-based frames in the entire game, because her sonar is just that strong, not gonna lie. In general, every Warframe right now is really strong, and that's kind of beautiful. I really like that. The game is in a lot better state than it used to be back in the day, especially bug-wise. You have way less bugs than you used to from the old days. Like, you still get some bugs, obviously, and you still get some game-breaking bugs, but most of them are either due to ping through your personal lag, like maybe you lagged out and then you started having a glitch, or your host lagged out and you started having a glitch. Like, those things happen still, but core gameplay wise, playing solo especially, you don't lag that much, you know? Or no, that's not what I want to say. You don't bug that much. Like, there's not many bugs that can actually ruin your gameplay. It's really good. Do I have a Scourge? Oh shit. I do. Scourge Prime Barrel, I already have that. Scourge Prime Handle. Scourge Prime Blade. Do I have the whole set? Yeah. Right, Phantasma Prime. Last video was about Phantasma Prime, so why not? Let's try it. But yeah, in terms of the flow of this game, how it feels to play, how much better it is bug-wise, how much better it is story-wise through the years, those things have improved drastically, and Warframe has become a way better game for pretty much everyone to play at the moment. But Warframe lacks challenge, Warframe lacks endgame, Warframe lacks purpose. Like, why do you want to get stronger? That's the main caveats of Warframe, and that's the main reason why people get bored and go through big breaks on Warframe. Because they are already too strong, they have no reason to play the game outside of getting stronger or getting the new stuff, and then they just go on a break. In general, the theory behind Warframe should be, I need to get the new stuff so I can get stronger, so I can play stuff that are harder, so I can enjoy the game. But right now, it's more like I want to get the new stuff because I want to try the new stuff out, and that's it. You know? That's it. When you played the old piece, when the old piece came out, we hit like almost a new concurrent player record on Warframe. And that was because not only the update was goated, the update was really good, one of the best ones that Warframe has ever released, but also because, you know, there was a lot of new stuff to do. You got a new tile set, you got 2 new game modes, you got really good quests, you got some pretty cool stuff to do. But after people were done getting all of the new stuff, nobody wanted to really play anymore, because there was no reason to. Why would you do like 2 weeks of Descendia in a row? Why would you like spam Descendia? Like, if you, unless it's a week where Descendia has a lot of Mafika to farm, so you can get more arcanes, there is no reason to do Descendia. And Descendia could have also been like an endless mode that increases in levels, become way more difficult with all the modifiers. You know, you could have more from Descendia for sure. You sadly didn't. And I'm not really here to tell they did a bad job. As I said, the update was one of the better ones. But this doesn't really stem from the update having an issue. This stems more from the issue being directly onto the game's core. The game's having like not enough challenge for you to try and become stronger and feel the strength, essentially, you know? Alright, well, our host left. RIP Flowers, RIP Mirage Clones and Mirage Mines, and RIP everything. Just had to back out. It's okay though. No big deal. Hopefully you like this Yap session about how the game feels and how the game should be. And I'm not saying this as someone who is a developer or anything like that. I'm saying this as a player and someone with experience to getting other players in the game quite frequently, especially on my earlier days, kinda. But especially, like, you have to understand, when I introduced people to the game in like 2019, 2020, everybody started playing. The moment they reached Still Path and they could do all Still Path missions, they stopped playing. Not because there was like nothing to do essentially, because yeah, sure, there wasn't much to do. But you can't say there was nothing to do, because obviously you could go to level cap, you could try and challenge yourself with other stuff, you could try and do weeklies, you can try and do a lot of stuff. But in general, you were... ah, shit. Okay, in general, you were missing something. Like, you were missing purpose, you know? I want to get stronger, but why? The why was simply not there. That's the main issue. Nothing else really. You're missing the why. And it has been like that forever. And at some point, there was some purpose. Void Cascade gave people purpose to try and get stronger and stronger. And then with some numerous updates of making enemies a bit weaker over time, again, this started getting lost, sadly. It's okay. I still have some hopes that at some point the community will wake up and will actually ask for nerfs to a lot of stuff on the game, and that we're actually too strong for the game, that we can't really do anything about it right now. Oh, another damage cap. As I say, that's... but yeah. Only time will tell. Hopefully it happens sooner rather than later, because I notice the more I play this game, and especially now that I do YouTube about this game, that I don't have consistent viewership. Not because it's just people that are playing the game constantly or something. But how do I explain this actually? Okay, so I don't have constant viewership. And I don't have the same viewers. I constantly get new viewers because the game constantly refreshes its community, essentially. The old players that have gotten everything, they have challenged themselves enough, leave the game and take a break, play some other things until new updates come out. When new updates come out, they come back to the game, take anything the update has to offer, and then instantly leave the game again. So you can call this like, that's how live service works or whatever, but that's not true. That's really not true. Interesting. He had a lot of status procs, that guy. And especially in this game, where this game is supposed to be an RPG, and now people are calling it, you know, a... what do you call it? A power fantasy? That's even a series of a game? Like, that's even, like, something you can play? A power fantasy. Like what? You just overpower your enemy till they can't do anything, and yeah, you just keep doing it for 3,000 hours and it's fun? Is that it? I don't think that's it. But power fantasy doesn't really exist in gaming. Power fantasy is what happens when you take an RPG game and you make the player too powerful. That's what power fantasy is. Power fantasy exists in Warframe, not because Warframe has done something wrong, but because it's Warframe. You always had power fantasy in Warframe because RPGs are games that you want to get stronger in. That's why power fantasy exists. It's not a type of game, and it's not something that is like, oh, I play this because it makes me feel powerful. You play this because you want to become more powerful. when you are powerful enough, then there's kind of nothing to do. And that can be fixed. There are a lot of ways to actually fix that. Also, on this topic, I actually, I really love both the tank boss and fragmented one. They're some of my favorite bosses in this game. I watched Cool Kid's video on the tank, and I genuinely had no idea about half of the attacks. Like 90% of the attacks the tank did, I didn't even know they existed. Because all I do on the tank is I take a dark sword and I just slam it, and its entire health bar is just gone. You know? So I literally had no idea. Legit zero clue what the tank actually did. I just straight up kept one-shotting it. Oh. Poor guy. Those boss fights I really like because they feel fair, and they also feel like I have to actually build stuff, especially on the fragmented one. Like on the tank fights, it becomes more apparent on the second phase, even though you just kind of slam his head with a slam attack weapon. But on the fragmented one, it's really apparent that he has all these attacks that you actually need to use your in-game mechanics to actually dodge, which is really good boss design. The fragmented one is one of the most goated bosses in this game. Oh, I didn't hit it. I didn't. Anyways, Jill 36 wave mission. Hopefully at some point we'll see some balance changes to the game that will make the game feel even better than it does now. Because you can easily nerf stuff without losing player satisfaction. You can still you can nerf everything by like 50% of its damage. The player would still be super powerful, but they would need to work for their power essentially on the hardest of missions. They would need to abuse some mechanics to do damage caps permanently, essentially. You could also do both ways. You could make it so that the player is weaker and the enemies become stronger. That could also work. By not sacrificing too much player damage, so that people that just play base steel path, open relics, and do other stuff, they don't really lose that. But the enemies, the people that want to do all the late game stuff, play at level cap, do all the other cool stuff, they have more satisfaction over that. And I would be fine with that too. There just needs to be a purpose on why you should become stronger in this game. Also, on the topic of that, Steel Path is genuinely so bad. Like, okay, hot take, hear me out. So, the player reaches Steel Path for the first time. They're a Star Trek player. Finally reach Steel Path. Enemies level starts with 100. Oh my god, this mission looks difficult. I will try it out for the first time. I've done sorties, so level 100 shouldn't be such a big deal, right? And then they play E Prime, and they get their ass whooped instantly, and they go back to their orbiter and they're like, wow, I don't know when I'm gonna touch Steel Path again. Suddenly, the player gets introduced to something called incarnate weapons, or something like Revenant, or some Warframe that can simply carry them through Steel Path very, very easily. And then they try Steel Path out again. Wow, this Warframe is so OP, this mission is suddenly very, very easy. Alright, cool. Very nice. Now here's the problem. When the player goes onto E Prime and they can beat E Prime with ease, why can they also beat every other mission with ease except for interceptions? Like, interceptions are the only type of missions on Steel Path that are actually more difficult than the other Steel Path missions. Like, you start Silpath, you start from here, level 101 to 103. Why is this mission legit the exact same difficulty as this mission? Right here. It should never be the same difficulty. It should never ever be the same difficulty. Because, obviously, if I do this mission on non-Silpath, and I do this mission on non-Silpath, it's not the fucking same. Trust me, I've played the game as a Smurf at least 4 times now. I've made 3 different Smurf accounts on this game, and I've experienced the new player experience 4 times in this game. 5 times. We're including the PlayStation account. 5 times in this game. The experience you get on difficulty from the start to the end of regular path is perfect. You feel kind of threatened, but you feel powerful. You're like, I'm really strong, but I gotta be careful to not make mistakes when this guy appears, or this guy appears, or that guy appears. You know? You have targets that are stronger, and then you have the regular mobs. This is perfect. This is something that draws you into the game, and then the story keeps you into the game, and the story just progresses. When you read Silpath, all those balancing stuff goes out the window. You have literally 2 enemies in the entirety of the game that you need to pay attention to when they appear, and then you can ignore the rest. One is the Guardian Eximus, you know, the Eximus that appears on either the Void or any Corpus mission or the Tekrot Baba, where they have shields around them, and the reason you want to target them is because they provide 95% damage reduction to every surrounding unit. So you have to kill them first. The other one, is the Hollow Vein, because he can simply destroy your energy before you can realize, and if you're on a Warframe that is energy dependent, then you suddenly start panicking because your Warframe doesn't work anymore. That's it. 2 enemies in pretty much the entire game that you have to focus first before you do anything else. It's not really interactive, entertaining. It doesn't really do anything for you. Like, do you really think that you should be able to, when you do this mission, to also be able to easily do this mission? Like on Silpath, sorry. I think that's like the other big problem, because when you have Silpath has basically 0 progression. You have these missions right here that you can simply fast travel to from wherever you are, no matter what. These are simply unlocked instantly, so you can just click on a mission regardless of planet and then just do it, and you have free taxi, which is really, really nice. But you also have basically no reason to try and get stronger in these game modes. If I beat one mission in Silpath, I can beat Silpath. That's the other problem with me. That the game has, at least, and that I've noticed from introducing other players in and have seen from other players' experience, is things that I think, if they got fixed, they would increase player retention a lot after the player has passed the early game stuff. I know D has some stats, and they're working through those stats. And if the stats say that 50% of the players quit on the tutorial, then their brains, their analysis say that, oh, we gotta fix the tutorial, make it more entertaining, more interesting, and make people actually get hooked on the game, because we're kind of aware that the formula works. You know? Sometimes this game is not for everyone, and that's fine. I do appreciate the fact that they keep introducing more stuff into the tutorial mission and to the new player experience. And as a new player, you actually have quite a lot of stuff to do and quite a lot of stuff to work on that are really, really nice. For example, D has completely avoided every hijack mission of the game. You actually do not need to do any hijack mission except this one in the entire game to progress to every planet, which is absolutely fantastic. Is there this one? Yeah, I guess you have to fight Killa. If you want to fight Killa the Fame, you have to do this one, but like, Hijack mission sucks, and I'm glad they avoided it. And as I said, this game has improved, but obviously, if you want the game to be great, you have to keep improving it, and I think D can absolutely do that. And I say this as I'm literally staying AFK in a bunch of missions while yapping to you about it. Oh look, a 1 hour recording. I wonder how I'm gonna edit this. Anyways, long ass video, I know. Probably most of you didn't reach the end. If you did reach the end, like button will help me a lot. And I do appreciate you reaching the end because I know most people don't really care about what you have to say. So if you're one of the people that care about what I have to say, then I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. For everyone else, thank you very much for watching another video of mine, and I'll see you on the next one.